podcast. This is the Arsenal fan corner, as always, with me. Okwe Ehis will be joining me very soon. But on today's episode, I've got a new guest with me. But just before I introduce him, a big shout out to everyone who has been supporting as always. Those who listen, like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share our content and also engage with us. We appreciate you so much. So, yes, this is a brand new episode of the Arsenal fan corner, and I've got a guest with me today. He's not putting on an Arsenal jersey. I guess he's not as proud of Arsenal as I am right now. But majorly, this is a reaction to the game between Tottenham and Arsenal. So I have Akin on the podcast here with me. Akin, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Not so well. Yesterday was I woke up this morning and I was still reliving moments from the match. It was
Mm,
bad.
yeah, no
But I'm
doubt.
good, yeah, I'm good.
All right, then. I mean, you're alive. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, last night's game was so important. There was a lot of importance attached to it, which everyone knows. And, Arsenal just needed a win to secure Champions League football. 3 points to secure at White Hart Lane to secure Champions League football. What was so difficult about it? It's a North London derby, there's no doubt about it. But then that's the more reason why Arsenal needed to win the game. It would have been sweeter if they did secure Champions League football at White Hart Lane. I mean, in the past, Arsenal has secured the league title at White Hart Lane, but then in recent seasons, it's been difficult for Arsenal to actually defeat Tottenham convincingly. Um, maybe not really in terms of convincingly, but let's just say that the North London derby over the years has become a whole lot more competitive than what it used to be. And then when you think about the fact that the first leg Arsenal won comfortably 3-1, but then that was a Spurs side under Espirito Santo that was still trying to find their feet. However, Arsenal did win the game. And then looking at previous records, spanning back to at least, let's just start from 2019, the most recent one. The two fixtures that they had in the league, they were both draws, 1-1 at White Hart Lane and 2-2 at the Emirates Stadium, respectively. Then going to 2020, Arsenal could not. In fact, it was Arsenal lost both games in 2020, losing both games at White Hart Lane, and then going over to 2021, um, Arsenal won at home, and then Spurs beat them in the reverse fixture. Now coming to the fixtures of this season, Arsenal did win the first leg 3-1, and then Spurs defeated Arsenal yesterday. Generally, what were your thoughts on the game?
Yesterday I think if we're looking at it, yeah, this game was apparently like Ateta's biggest in his career so far. I know there was the
Mm,
FA Cup final. But
yeah,
then this is the game that back into the Champions League. That's what every Arsenal fan wants to see. Arsenal
yeah,
playing football on Tuesday, Wednesday night, and then you go, and then it's not even like if it was a draw, it could have been understandable. But then, like it was beaten, it was battered by your biggest rivals. So I just think there are a lot of things that were running through my mind, inexperience, and then not even inexperience. I started thinking that he can actually like do well when he has his players with him. Like we look at the first fixture when almost like Arsenal was at full strength, Party was there, Tierney was around. And then if I'm casting my mind back to January, I think it was just high risk, high reward. They knew they were still going to face Tottenham. I just think it was risky for them not to get in any new signings in January transfer window. That's one thing that has actually changed Tottenham's like gameplay. We got in like really, really key signings. Bentancur came in, Kulusevski came in. It's really
correct.
changed their play and made them much like a better team. I know before Bentancur came in, it was what's his name, Undombele, and then it was
Yeah,
not really to Conte's style of play. And Conte has seen that. So I think one thing Ateta could have done, probably like he should have gotten because here there's always risk of injury. They probably would have thought his players were fit enough. For now, is I think even going into the game against Newcastle on Monday, it's looking like there's no fit centre back. Gabriel went off during the match. Ben White is still struggling with fitness. Holding has a red card. We don't know what the appeal is going to do. So I think yesterday, I
Yeah,
just
but then
think it,
talking about, sorry to cut you short, but then talking about Rob Holding's red card, it was a second yellow card. So I mean, assuming it was a straight red card, I think we'll be talking about a three-match suspension. But I believe Rob Holding should be available for selection against Newcastle, right? And then hopefully Ben White is fit again. But let's talk about Rob Holding since you've mentioned him. Um, what do you think about the red card? Was the red card warranted? Is it is it a problem for from the referee, or do you think Rob Holding as well was a bit silly with the challenge he made on his son?
yeah, I think okay, first of all, I think the referee was biased yesterday. But then if you're fighting against bias, you just don't make silly because if you turn the tables around and then it was probably a Tottenham player with that foul, I would have actually wanted them to give the person a red card because Son was throwing on well, he might have not gotten the ball, but then you don't make like restless, especially when you're on the yellow card already. You don't make restless like challenges like that. But then I think holding mindset going into the game yesterday was basically to frustrate Son. He probably didn't carry out that assignment very well because there were previous altercations with him and Son. We could say that he was trying to get under Son's skin and make him really uncomfortable, but like things just turned around for him and he had to get sent off because Son is arguably one of the best players in Premier League right now. And then he knows his game. He knows how to frustrate defenders, and I think that's what he did. If it was probably Ben White, I think Ben White would have like handled the whole situation more professionally. He would have like he would have just found a way to go around and ensure that he doesn't even get booked in the first like he doesn't get the first yellow. So if he's getting a yellow card, probably in the second half or something. Yeah, but I think Holding was at fault in as much as the referee was biased yesterday. He he just like gave made the referee's job easier for him.
Definitely, I couldn't have said it better myself. Um, I think first things first, Rob Holding could not even match Min Son off the ball in terms of pace. Obviously, Son is a whole lot more faster than him. Then, like any clever attacker would do, attackers always try to get under the skin of defenders. I felt Holding should have been more, should I say, emotionally compact. I don't know if that's the right term to use, but then I feel like he allowed Min Son to definitely get under his skin. But you mentioned the fact that you felt like the referee was biased this whole season or in recent seasons. Let's be very, very honest, or let's say Arsenal under Ateta. It seems like referees all of a sudden it seems like referees are very, very hostile to Arsenal. It seems like Arsenal don't get the right decisions in terms of red cards, and even the treatment to Arsenal players. The reverse is always seems to be a problem. I'm talking about the likes of Xhaka and Co. And then I believe
Yeah.
Bukayo Saka is definitely one of the most foul players in the league. There's no
Yes.
doubt about that. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on this? So, is this a case of Arsenal needing to tender a complaint to the FA, or are we? I mean, or am I saying too much? Am I reading too much meaning into everything that's been happening?
No, no, no. I think something needs to be done because there are countless examples. We can look at Jejovic when he kicked Saka in the box first time he played Crystal Palace. That was
Yeah,
that was that was intent to injure, and then that should be a straight red card in my opinion.
yeah.
Um, Casting it back to I think when I first came in 2019, the match against Chelsea, when Jorginho was going to get his second yellow, and then they said probably because Lacazette, even though you can give Lacazette the yellow card, that would be a separate incident. But then Jorginho has to get his red card. He didn't even get carded, and then he went to get the equalizer, I think the winning goal, something or so. So I think they probably have to sit with the FA, tell them that they don't. But then it's England, I don't know, like different things happen. I think I started complaining once or twice. Even yesterday, he said that if he was going to speak, they might get suspended for almost 6 months. So I don't know. They need to find a way. They need to find a way. First of all, I think Conte said something. As much as I didn't like what Conte said, it made more sense to me. He said just focus on your team doing really well. Focus on your team doing really well. Like you can't change most times you can't change the referee of a decision. So just focus on your team doing really well, and
Yeah,
then
but definitely it's easy for him to say that because his team won. I mean, he was
yeah,
in the driving seat, and he's gaining ground on Arsenal. I mean, currently, it's a 1 point difference between Spurs and Arsenal. The goal difference to me looks quite outstanding. I think it's about a 16 goal difference between Arsenal and
yeah.
Spurs. And then Arsenal have got 2 games left to go. They've got Newcastle and they've got Everton on the last day, right? Do you think that Arsenal has what it takes to actually clinch Champions League football?
I think it's quite a tricky situation for us now.
Mm.
First of all, Newcastle, new owners, they're doing really well under Eddie Howe. Like they're playing really, really beautiful football. And I watched their game against Manchester City. I was hoping that
Mm.
Arsenal can do something like that. But let's tell ourselves the truth. It's going to be really, really going to be really difficult. And then it
Mm.
doesn't make things easier. We're going to Everton on the last day. They're battling relegation. They're doing everything in their power not to get relegated. So those 2 matches, they're going to be really tricky. One thing I'm just hoping for is only two is fighting like the fighting relegation. I'm just hoping
Yeah,
they turn up against Tottenham on Sunday. I'm really hoping they do turn up against Tottenham because it's not even just about results going our way. Yeah, we have to ensure results going our way, but we need all the help from Burnley. I'm not really concerned about Norwich. If Burnley can get a draw against Tottenham, like it's really, really do so well for us now. And not just Burnley getting a draw, Arsenal also getting a result. They have to find like I think after the win against West Ham, after I said they won ugly, they have to even if they're going to win ugly again, they have to find a way to win ugly. This six
definitely.
point really, really crucial for Arteta. He has to find a way to do it, or else he's going to Europa League. And I think this is Arsenal's best chance of getting into the Champions League this season. He just has to do it once and forget because next season is going to be really hot in Premier League. We look at the moves that are being made. Man City they've already gotten Erling Haaland, and then other teams are going to. Aston Villa just got Coutinho permanently, so it's everyone is making moves next season, and then you just have to find a way to qualify for Champions League. First of all, for funds to attract players to the team, to make your team better, and yeah, the it's tricky for Arsenal. It's Arsenal to lose, but then and it's quite tricky for them. But I think they can do it if they believe. If they calm down and play their game, yeah, they can do it.
All right then. But then I think I'll rephrase the question in another way because this situation is quite peculiar to me, right? Um, Arsenal have, I mean, both teams have 2 games in hand equally. Arsenal are facing Newcastle and Everton. Spurs are facing Burnley and Norwich, right? Spurs need another slip up from Arsenal. Even a draw from Arsenal would be good enough for Spurs as far as Spurs win their next 2 games. Looking at the
Yeah,
next 2 fixtures for Arsenal, looking at the next 2 fixtures for Spurs, who is most likely to secure a top 4 place?
Tottenham.
Mm,
Spurs, it's as easy as that. They're, they're playing Burnley at home, and then Tottenham, they're playing almost at next trend right now. All their players are fit. They have everyone fit. The star striker is fit. Son is trying to. You will see his reaction when he got subbed off against Arsenal yesterday. He wants to get that golden boot. He really wants to. So he's going to score. Son is still going to score before the end of the season. He's going to get in the goals. And the playing Norwich also that's been relegated, so I don't think there's anything for Norwich to fight for. That
mm.
it looks the part looks easier for Tottenham. They're playing like two teams they can easily get 6 points from. For Arsenal, it's quite difficult because Newcastle they're playing really really beautiful football. I think so far I can remember the only thing they've lost against Liverpool and Man City, and those are the best 2 teams in England right now.
Yeah, I
You're
think
playing
Arsenal will be. I think Arsenal will be looking forward to the Burnley game the most because Burnley is currently trying to survive relegation. Burnley
yeah.
is 17th place, level on points with Leeds United, but then Leeds United even has the a better goal difference, compared to Burnley. So the next couple of fixtures for Burnley too are pretty much important, and then they'll be looking forward to a miraculous win at White Hart Lane. Um, Burnley has basically they've won they drew their last match and then they've won their last three games. It's been over a month since Burnley lost a game, so it's going to be a difficult game, no doubt about that. But just like you said, I think it's left for us now to just focus on their games and make sure that they do what needs to be done to win. You mentioned Arteta, him focusing on his team and him needing to do well, and you also mentioned this season probably being the best season for Arsenal to secure Champions League football. In my own opinion, I do feel like yes, this season is the best. Why is that? Arsenal did not compete in Europe,
Like,
and then Arsenal also they got the early exit from the FA Cup. If I mean a first round exit from the FA Cup, they had a decent run in the Carabao Cup, but that just goes to show that when Arsenal's first team is not fit, it's a problem for them, right? They're not able to
yeah.
still turn out the same results because immediately Partey left the team, they were so fragile and it was very, very difficult for them. So, what do you think about this? In my own opinion, I feel like if Arsenal does not, or rather, previously, I did feel that if Arsenal did not secure Champions League football, I felt like Ateta should be sacked. And then a couple of weeks ago, before we even secured Champions League football, he's the announcement is made that he has signed a new contract. And then even during the interview, Arteta comes out to say that it was after the third game that they lost at the beginning of the season. That's when he was even offered the new contract. To me, that's absolutely um, outstanding. I was astonished. But then when you think about it, we could think about it from another perspective, which is the fact that the owners of Arsenal, the management, the hierarchy, they believe in Arteta. They feel like he's the right person to lead them going forward. So, in your own opinion, what do you think about this? Do you think Arteta is still the man to get Arsenal to playing top flight football again? Keep in mind that he signed a 3 year extension. I believe his contract was meant to end during the next season that will be going into, but now he's
Yeah.
got a 3 year extension. So 3 more seasons to go under Arsenal, or rather for Arsenal. And then, so basically, do you think Ateta is the man to take Arsenal forward or to get Arsenal back to their glory days?
Yes, I personally, I feel yes, Ateta is. Why? Because we're not going to lie. We're going to be really honest. Ateta is the youngest manager in Premier League. This is his first big job. This is his first big job. So is quite what's the word, learning on the job. So I think he has made some mistakes in the past, and then he has learned. So he his thinking now is more broad. He knows how to make better decisions and stuff like that. So I just think he's gotten a new contract now. Even if he doesn't qualify for Champions League, one thing he should not do again is he should not try not to strengthen his team. He should not try not strengthen it. He should strengthen his team. He should
Yeah,
have the quality of depth of players. Like he should have that depth of players because it's really affecting him now. And then I don't know. I just keep remembering his face against the match against Tottenham. He looked so clueless. He looked clueless. At a point, I probably just think he didn't even know what to say. So yeah, I think he's the right person for the job. He just needs to he's been doing well. He's been doing well. We're not going to lie. No one really thought Arsenal was going to be fighting for top for this season. But then he's made some like really, really brilliant signings. The signing of Tomiyasu. I think if you can get like more of those signings, like just really calm down. Ben White is a brilliant signing. So Ramsdale is a brilliant signing. So if you can if he continues what he's been doing and the board, if they keep backing him, I think yeah, if not this season, next season, hopefully they could get back into playing on the biggest stage in football.
okay,
So yeah,
that's fine. I mean, but just to make it clear, you are Team Arteta. That's what you're saying.
yeah, Mateta, same
All
Mateta.
right then.
He has
To be
been
honest, for me, I think over the years supporting Arsenal, I've become so cold when it comes to dealing with the club, and I'm just very, very realistic. In my own opinion, okay, there's something that you said. You said that no one thought that Arsenal would be fighting for a top four finish
yeah,
this season. And for me, I actually think otherwise. And here's my rationale behind that. Number one, this summer that just passed before this current season started, Ateta had money to spend, and Ateta went ahead to sign certain. He went ahead to sign players he felt could actually help Arsenal perform well this season. That's my own opinion. Yes, irrespective of the fact that Arsenal was not playing Champions League football. In fact, they were not even playing European football at all. So yes, it would have been difficult to attract high-profile players. That's fair, quite all right. But then again, Arsenal is Arsenal. They have the pull power to attract different types of players, world-class players. In my own opinion, I believe if a club wants a player, they know what to do to get the player in terms of funds and whatnot. There are many ways to secure players. Okay, so I feel like Ateta did what needed to be done to actually have a good season. Then again, Ateta has now had two good seasons under his belt, two full seasons. So for me, as far as I was concerned, it would be absolutely no excuse if they didn't secure Champions League football this season. It's the same way I feel actually. In the last couple of before the Spurs game, this is one thing about Arsenal that I've noticed. Um, when expectations are a whole lot on Arsenal, Arsenal always fumble. Especially when expectations are coming a lot from the fans. You and I were having a conversation before the game, and I was telling you that look, don't expect too much because when you expect too much, that's when bad things happen to Arsenal. However, I can say for a fact that under Ateta, things have changed definitely. Number one, in terms of the mentality of the players, I believe there was even a time under Wenger where I feel like the players' mentality was bad. I feel like they didn't have a winning mentality anymore. They didn't have character. They lacked a bit of grit and depth, But I think that has changed under Arteta. The approach to game is a whole lot more different. They are not so lackadaisical during kickoffs. They take the game to the opponents more now, more often. So that's good. A lot of good things have changed under Arteta. But at the end of the day, Arsenal is a top class football club. Arsenal is still one of the best football clubs in the world and is still regarded and respected as one of the best football clubs in the world. If Arsenal still wants to remain in that upper echelon, they need to get back to playing Champions League football. They need to get back to securing trophies more often than none. So, am I team Arteta in? I'll be team Arteta in if he secures Champions League football. So I think I'll just leave it at there concerning that. Um, but then again, concerning I can use you here. I think we lost Akin briefly. Um, I hope he can try and rejoin again. I can see he's in the background as well. Okay. Hi, it is. Good evening. It is. We can't hear you. All right, Akin. Good to have you back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything
So
those switching.
basically, yeah. So basically, what I was just trying to say is that I'll be Team Arteta in if he secures Champions League football. And for to be honest, if he doesn't secure Champions League football, I think it's probably time to go. And Arsenal should get a more experienced manager, right?
They need the experience. They need, like I said, Ateta is quite inexperienced. He's really showing
True.
sometimes
True.
decisions is really quite inexperienced. But yeah,
True.
let's see how the last two games of the season how it goes.
Hopefully, Arsenal are able to secure Champions League football. So I mean, on a closing note, let's talk about Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is definitely one of Arsenal's best players, arguably one of Arsenal's best players this season. I'll say alongside Emil Smith Rowe, if you ask me, in terms of the numbers that both of
Yeah,
these guys have come up with. And obviously Bukayo Saka is the golden child as well for England, since he missed that penalty at the Euros. But let's take nothing away from his contribution to Arsenal this season. 35 appearances, 11 goals. Um, I'll get the number of assists in a bit. I'm not totally sure about the number of assists. I'm not sure if he has hit double figures um, in terms
no, I
of
don't think. I
assists.
think 8, 9.
Yeah, but then again, his current contract expires at the end of 2024. I mean, or not at the end of 2024, but in June 2024. I believe Arsenal should be thinking about extending his contract. If you ask me, for his assists, he's got 6 assists this season
Um,
in total in all competitions. 12 goals in all competitions this season. 1 goal in the EFL Cup. and then he's got 6 assists, all his assists in the Premier League, and then obviously 11 goals in the Premier League. So he's been a very very good player for us now this season, alongside Emil Smith, who has also hit double figures in terms of goals this season as well. I think he has 10 goals as well. Emil Smith is also the highest goal scoring midfielder aside Bruno Fernandes, so which is notable. But majorly, Bukayo Saka has been nominated for the PFA Young Player of the Year award, as well as the PFA Player of the Year award. So that is huge. That is big. That is huge, huge, huge for him. Just 20 years old. So big respect to him. What are your thoughts on him being nominated for in these two categories? Was he worth his performances this season? Have they been worth the nominations? And does he deserve to win one award?
Yes. When I started watching Saka play, I just couldn't wrap my head around okay.
Oh wow, network is being terrible today, but I think we have Akin back now.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, Akin, you're back on. Yeah,
So yeah, I was saying when I started watching Saka play, I couldn't wrap my head around, probably because I was playing out of position. But then I think I've watching him consistently for 2 seasons on the right wing. He is sometimes like for someone of his stature, you expect him to get bullied. Sometimes you see him fall and then he will stand up immediately, beating players consistently. Like he's been I think he deserves it. I saw a tweet today when someone was saying that how would Saka get it and Mount won't get it. I don't know the person's rationale behind it, but then I think at just the plain Chelsea fan, I think Saka has really done like so much to deserve it. And I think regarding his new contract, it's something the club is thinking about. Probably just when the season to end,
mm.
and then he will get his new contract. But yeah, for I'm really hopeful that he wins one. For PFA Player of the Year, it's not looking likely. Yeah, there are other persons. There's Son, there's Salah there. I really don't think he's. But for the PFA Young Player of the Year, I think it should be Saka. He has done
Yeah.
it.
He's also nominated alongside Aaron Ramsdale, which is a good thing for us now. So
Young
yeah,
Player of the Year.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ramsdale as well is nominated for PFA Young Player of the Year.
I think Ramsdale should get my signing of the season. I don't know. He has been. I think when he came into the club, coming from a relegated club, the fee on his like
Yeah,
there were people were expecting pressure to be on him. Like you come from a relegated club and then they're buying for almost 30 million pounds. Like
mm.
then I think did they achieve my mind? His first save against Leicester City, it was brilliant. And
Yeah.
then yeah, so I'm really happy for him. Hopefully, he wins the PFA Young Player of the Year because he deserves it. Actually, he's 20, I think, and
Yes, he is.
the amount of fouls he's gotten has been really strong. I think he's even battling with fitness issues all this while, but then I think he kept on playing for us now. So
Mm.
I really respect his mentality. He deserves to win. If not PFA player, be a PFA young player because I just remember his mentality.
Yeah.
You coming off missing a decisive penalty at the Euros, and then taking a penalty against Chelsea.
Two
I look at the
decisive penalties. Two decisive penalties, I must say. I was surprised when he picked up the ball against Chelsea. Immediately he got fouled. He picked up the ball immediately, and then the way he dispatched the ball with so much authority, I was really impressed. I can't lie about that. And then going over to the game against United as well, scoring another penalty against two world class goalkeepers. Yeah, you are very right about his mentality.
So I think he deserves. He needs the PFA Young Player of the Year for me. It's going to be Saka. I know the other players there, Gallagher and other players there, but yeah, I think Saka needs to. He needs the award. He needs the award.
Definitely, definitely. Look, if you're an Arsenal fan, you want Arsenal players to win either one of the awards. Or in fact, or you want Saka to win both awards, you need to vote. It's not just by airing your opinion. Go to the Premier League website, or you can download the Premier League app as well on your phone and just make sure it's very, very easy. Just make sure that you vote. Or whenever you see Premier League link on Twitter, just click on it and just cast your vote. It's as simple as ABC. So best of luck to Aaron Ramsdale and Bukayo Saka. And hopefully one of the two of them comes up with a PFA award. All right, all the best to them. So, Aki, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Arsenal Fan Corner, the Footy Week podcast. We hope to have you for further episodes in the future.
All
All right, then.
right.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for joining us. A big shout out to everyone who has stayed with us and listened thus far. Do continue to listen, do continue to comment, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you so much. We'll be back again very soon with a brand new episode on the Footy Week podcast.